got my hair braided in Vietnam by some Vietnamese ladies. My hair is natural, no relaxer. They double teamed me. It took about 4 hours total. They did a good job. Cost me about $150 USD. No discounts here, ladies.
Hi everyone. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you guys so much for all of the love. Now on to the actual story. I was sitting in front of a tourist attraction in that video, and I was waiting for my friends to come back. And then a tour bus pulled up right next to me, and before I knew it, all of the people on the bus, instead of going into the building, came up to me instead. And I was just sitting there hi, hello. And it was 50 plus people just staring at me and smiling at me. And I could just see the look of excitement in their eyes, because I could just tell a lot of them hadn't really seen someone who looked like me before. And I was okay with it. They asked if they could take pictures with me. I said yes. We had a photo shoot. I was looking in this direction, that direction, this direction. They kept it rotating. It definitely did continue for the rest of the trip. Some days I allowed people to take pictures with me. Other days, other situations, I didn't. It really depended on how they approached me and how I was feeling. I'm just really glad that some of you found it so entertaining. Some of you found it to be really thought-provoking.
So I'm in Vietnam, right? And one thing I'm having trouble with is the currency. So today I'm trying to buy an egg baguette, right? And I'm like, okay, it's 50,000. So I'm going to give her, I have 20s, I'm going to give her 60,000. So I hand her the money. She's like, huh? I said, huh, what? I know how to count. Do I? I gave her 200,000. 3 of them. I almost gave this woman 550,000 extra. Thank God she was nice. She could have robbed me.
Come with me on my little birthday trip from Seoul to Vietnam. So every year I like to do some traveling to celebrate my birthday. My flight was early in the morning, so thank God my husband dropped me off because the subways wasn't running. Alright, so I was going to go to Tokyo again, but my friend helped me decide on Ho Chi Minh City. Here's me being Delulu, acting like she can't see me, like I don't stand out at this airport. Anyways, y'all, so this is my friend Bria. Meet Bria. Me and Bria met a few years ago one night while I was out all by myself in Seoul, but now we friends. Yes. Alright, so basically, y'all, I've been up all night. I have not been to sleep. It's 5 in the morning and I still have not gone to sleep, so I'm tired. But y'all, look at this currency. It's beautiful. USD currency is blah, it's trash, but all the other currencies give aesthetics. Alright, so we on a plane. I'm out here looking for the shape shifters because the way the lady was turning up on that airplane a few weeks ago, but then that turbulence hit and I almost lost it because it really felt like a roller coaster and I didn't like that. Anyways, I really needed to take some sleep, so I took a little nap, whatever. The flight itself in total was 5 hours and a few minutes, whatever. But anyways, we made it. We in Vietnam. First thing first, we get our data card, unlimited data. I'm talking 11 American dollars. Okay, we get out at the airport. I'm just so surprised. There's so many people waiting. It really feels like they're waiting for a celebrity. It has to be, right? There's a lot of people. Anyway, so we grabbed a Grab, which is we Grab from the app Grab. That's what it's called. We called it a taxi, right? And immediately I'm noticing all these motorbikes on this road. There's literally so many. They were so close to the car too, right? Alright, so anyways, we pull up to our hotel room. Okay, here's a view of the city. And so I want y'all to check out part 2 to see what all we did in Vietnam.
On day 2 of my solo trip to Vietnam, I'm currently in Hoi An, where I started a tour at 4:30 in the morning. Yep, y'all heard right. This tour started at 4:30 a.m. Now, although the tour started super early, I promise you it was 100% worth it. This tour was just so incredibly special. So a huge shout out to the tour guide, Ha, who curated this beautiful experience. The whole purpose behind this tour is to be able to experience Hoi An outside of the hustle and bustle and to experience more of the rural side, which honestly, I would not have been able to experience if it wasn't for this tour, because I would not have known about all these different places. So throughout the tour, we visit local fishing village, which is why we had to go so early because these start super early in the morning. We visited a 200-year-old noodle workshop, which, quick story, for this workshop, actually no, I'm going to hold it off. In case you decide to visit, I'm going to save some stuff for y'all. But we visited the noodle workshop. We went to a fish sauce factory. We went to a coffee roastery, home brewery, which I'm gonna get to that in a second because that brewery, we'll get to that soon. At local houses, and everyone that we met at each of these businesses and markets were just so incredibly warm and welcoming. And y'all, that food right there, oh my gosh, I was in love, okay? But seriously, this tour was just so beautiful. And if you've watched that Netflix movie, A Tourist's Guide to Love, that's pretty much what this tour reminded me of, because you're experiencing a part of Vietnam outside of like the tourist attractions that you're used to. And if you probably already noticed, you do travel around to each spot on a moped, which if you're familiar with transportation in Vietnam, that is one of the more popular modes of transportation. Now, something else that I really appreciated about this tour is the fact that it was a small group. And our tour guide had mentioned that that is intentional and the group would never be larger than 6, because number one, the amount of motorists that, they have available to transport us. But also number 2, he wants to keep it intimate because we are visiting local homes and businesses, and he doesn't want it to be too overwhelming. And he does a lot of storytelling, so he wants to make sure that he's able to connect with each and every one of us, which I really do appreciate. Now let's get into this rice wine. So we had a rice wine tasting super early in the morning, around like 9 or 10 a.m. But it was a really fun way to finish off this amazing and beautiful tour. Now, if you are interested in doing this tour, you can find it on Airbnb Experiences. Just look up Hoi An, Hidden Gems for Early Risers. Alright, now stay tuned for part 3 because the girl booked another tour in the same day, okay? And it's like 6 hours, but let's see what we have planned next.
So I am in the Vietnamese-Chinese border. This is Vietnam and that is China. And every Chinese boat that passes by is taking a video of me, like the entire boat full of people, as if I am the tourist attraction, when there is literally the biggest waterfall in Asia.
This is how much my 9-day super freaking amazing trip to Vietnam cost. A visa was required to enter into Vietnam, and it was $25. Our round-trip flight cost about $700 and included a long layover to Manila, where we went out and explored. Our accommodations in Hanoi and Da Nang, along with our Ha Long Bay cruise, was $687. For all of our activities, which included a food walking tour, massages, we visited the Incense Village, which was beautiful. We visited the UNESCO cultural site of Hoi An, and we visited Ba Nai Hills, where the Golden Hand Bridge is located. And we did it all for $292. I'm a pictures say 1,000 words type of girly, so my friends and I hired a photographer, which cost $38 a person. To get to Da Nang, we had to purchase a local flight, which cost about $100. For miscellaneous things like food, beverages, activities, and Grab, which is like their taxi, I spent about $150. Which brings me to an approximate total of $1,900. Now, you can definitely travel to Vietnam for way less than this for more than 9 days, but I splurged in certain places for my own comfort and satisfaction. I hope that this helps you plan your future travels to Vietnam. And if you want my personal contacts and information, check out my Ultimate Vietnam Travel Guide.
My experience traveling while black in Vietnam. The staring became a little overwhelming. I think they thought I was a celebrity. Or maybe they've never seen black people in person. So many people stared at us.
Yes? Great. At least he asked.
Thank you.
Asking for permission versus sneaking photos of me is always the right thing to do. Traveling while black is definitely an art form you have to get used to. Otherwise, your travels can be very overwhelming.